Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everyone is well. And I'm doing pretty good myself. So what I wanted to talk about tonight is Chris Primetime Colbert and the Hector Garcia fight. Okay, what I'm not going to do, I was going to do it, but what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to knock Chris Colbert. I'm not going to carry him on the fight last night and how he performed, because people getting at him right now. Errol Spence, Shakur, the big dogs, they're getting at him because he talk a lot. But you know what? I'm gonna give him some love, man. I'm gonna give him some love, some New York love at that, man, because I'm from New York. He's from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him some props, some respect, because at the end of the day, man, he still went in there and he put his life on the line, right? So I'm gonna give him some respect, man. I'm gonna give him some props. Hopefully he'll learn from this. But it looked to me, two things that I saw. One is, I think he overlooked Hector Garcia, because he was saying, at the press conference and everything, how he was gonna, handle him, how he was gonna whip his ass and all this kind of stuff, man. I mean, all that stuff has its place, you know what I'm saying? But if you do talk like that, man, you definitely gotta be about it. You gotta be about that business, man. I think he overlooked Hector Garcia because he was a replacement, right? And he's not an overwhelming great fighter, like overwhelmingly great fighter, Hector Garcia. I mean, he's slow, he's calculated. You could see the punches coming. So, it ain't like, I could see why you would overlook him. But the thing is, man, when you really discipline in boxing, and in anything, man, but definitely in boxing, man, you don't overlook people, man, because all it takes is one shot. All it takes is one punch. All it takes is some punches. And if I don't knock you out, I can win by decision. If I'm throwing more punches, effective aggression, which is what Hector Garcia showed. You know what I mean? Of course, he outlanded Chris Colbert, but just the fact that he was being aggressive. He was being effectively aggressive in that fight. So I think, number one, he overlooked Hector Garcia, right? Secondly, I don't know, man. He took some shots to the top of his head. Maybe his equilibrium was thrown off early, or he was hit with a body shot or something early. I got to go back and watch the fight again. But that could be a thing as well, man. Maybe he hit him with a shot, and he really just didn't want to engage anymore. But even in the beginning, man, he put the high guard up, and he was, like he really didn't want to. I guess, so maybe it was a headshot, a face shot, because he put that high guard up in the early rounds, man. Like he didn't want to get hit there. And, he caught Hector Garcia with some good shots, man. He timed them good. But my thing is, man, if you don't have the defense like Shakur Stevenson, right? Because you said Shakur Stevenson, I'm not going to go there. I said I wasn't going to go on Chris Colbert. So I'm not going to, talk about comments that he made on other boxers. I'm going to leave that alone. But what I will say is, man, if you don't have the defense like that, you can't stay in the pocket as long. All right? And he stayed right there. And then he started moving towards the middle to the end of the fight because he just didn't want to engage at all. And especially the last two rounds, like he kind of, you took that off. But I think you slept on him. And I think also, man, you got hit with a shot, either to the head or to the body somewhere, that just threw you off your game plan. Maybe something else was going on. You wasn't focused properly, because it just didn't look like Chris Primetime Colbert last night. So we're going to give you a props, man. We're going to give you a play. And hopefully, man, you get the rematch. I hope you get the rematch, man, and then you come back and beat him, because he's beatable. You could beat him. And I see bigger and better things for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And always, man, listen, man, I know you fighting for yourself and your family, man, but, you represent New York, man. New York got a rich history, man, in boxing, man. We got some of the best boxers, man. And right now, as of lately, we've been struggling with some good talent. You know what I'm saying? And you are good talent, Chris Colbert, but, you gotta stay focused, man, okay? Don't let this, the race is not to the swift or the strong, but to the one that can endure to the end. That's the race. That's Floyd Mayweather. You see, look how he started out, and look where he ended up. He played his position, and he did what he had to do. He took his time, and he gradually, 26, 30, 35, 40, 47, 54, he just kept moving, man. And then he ended up successful. And you could do the same thing, Chris Colbert, okay? You just got to get refocused, man. You lost the fight, go back to the drawing board, watch the fight, what you did, what you didn't do, right? Again, I think you stayed in the pocket too much. I think your defense is decent, you know what I'm saying? But you could brush up because he hit you with a lot of shots. He's not that fast. He's not that fast. So that means, you got to be able to, if you can't bob and weave a punch, man, you got to be able to block. You got to be able to block. You got to be able to block. You know what I'm saying? If you can't move, you got to be able to block, man. Block punches, man. Throw punches away with your gloves. But you got to be able to do that, all right? And you can do it. Just work on it, all right? So, yeah, man, this is just short and sweet video, man. I just don't want to knock the brother, man, because, I know he's already going through what he's going through, all right? And, again, he's a New York fighter. I'm a New York fighter, so he's homebred. So I got to give him some love and respect. And I know some people probably ain't going to like it. They probably going to go at me. He talks a lot. He this and that. Yeah, okay. A lot of fighters talk. But anybody can have a bad night too. And you never know what could happen to you until you get in that position. And he was in that position last night, and he came up short. But he don't got to stay short. He could get back on the horse and ride. All right? So peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. At the end of the day, Chris Colbert was able to go home. He came out, he was able to walk out of that arena and go home to his family. Hector Garcia, the same thing. And like I said, man, I hope they could do it again. All right? Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24.